everybody. Been a little bit since I did a video, but I've just been busy and haven't had a painting finished to do a video with. But today I thought I would show you guys the stuff I've entered in the fair. So there's a little bit of a story to how I ended up entering stuff in the fair, because so 2 years ago was my first year to enter in the fair. My sister actually convinced me to. I did not enter any art because I didn't feel like my art was good enough to enter in the fair. But she convinced me. I entered 2 pieces of poetry and a sweater that I made. She told me that they were looking for poetry and needed more entries, so it convinced me to enter some. So I'll show you this. So here is a sweater that I made. This is the first and only sweater I've made so far. I really enjoyed doing the cable work up here at the top. I had a lot of fun with it. And it actually won a red ribbon, 2nd place. So I was super happy. These are my 2 pieces of poetry that I entered. My sister convinced me to do this cowboy one. She originally thought they had a specific category for cowboy poetry, but that turned out not to be so. But I ended up doing it anyway. I will put these on the screen. So this is all I ended up entering in the fair the first year. We were kind of short on our deadline to enter also, but by the 2nd year, which was last year, they convinced me to enter some of my art. I just felt like that my art wasn't up to compete, which I wasn't really so much concerned about getting ribbons, but I just didn't want it to be not really what they were looking for. They're looking for higher art than mine. But my sister was trying to convince me, and I was like, well, it's not like we're in the kids division. That is less stuff. So let me show you some of the art that I entered. So this is all the art that I entered last year. You can enter 8 different pieces of art under the different categories. So like you can do one under drawing of an animal, one under watercolor painting of an animal. So I entered 8 different paintings. They convinced me that my art was good enough. And I was surprised by the ribbons that I got. My sister kept telling me, my sister Megan, she kept telling me that I could get blue ribbons. She told me I could get the Bitter Arts Guild give out 10 President's Choice Awards to the adult art, and then 10 to the kids art. But so she told me I could get one of those, and I said they're not gonna pick me out of all the adult art. But so I will go through these and show you what I got for ribbons. Okay, so this is my one that got the best ribbons. This is a Highland cow I painted in the snow. They said they really liked the distance and the background that has the effect. I got 2nd place and the most exciting ribbon. There's no way I thought I was gonna get that. My sister was so excited. She was like, I told you, what did I tell you? So that was pretty cool. Let me show you more. This is my St. Mary's Fire Lookout Tower I painted. This one would have been under watercolor architecture. It got second place. I was super happy. Yeah, so that's a local fire lookout up on St. Mary's Mountain at the peak. We hike up there usually every year. I thought that made a fun painting, and it got a red ribbon. This one got a white ribbon, third place. This one was under portrait or figurative, so in other words, having a person in it. And this little one got a white ribbon, third place. Acrylic landscape. And none of these, I just sent them in this way. I just doubled the paper and put a little wire on the back to hang because I didn't really know what I was doing. And so this year I'm going more prepared. I am figuring out how to frame and mat them. They told me down there when I picked them up, and they said, well, I probably could have gotten better ribbons if they had been matted and framed, because they do take that into account in judging. So I am trying to up the level this year. This one did not get a ribbon. This is watercolor animal. This is the drawing I did of my brother's puppy. It didn't get a ribbon either. I really liked this drawing though. I was really pleased with it. And these two paintings, didn't get any ribbons either. But I don't really care about the ribbons. They're exciting to get, but my main concern was just that I wanted it to be reasonably good enough, you know. But if somebody at the fair enjoyed looking at it, then that was good enough for me. So here's a recap of all the paintings. I entered 8 paintings, got ribbons on 4 of them. So I was super happy, and I was glad they convinced me to enter. We're getting ready to send our fair forms in this coming week. I think the deadline's coming up beginning of next week. So I need to get figured out what 8 paintings I'm going to enter. And I'm going to frame and mat them, but that is going to be a little bit of a process because I don't usually end up doing that. One last painting I entered, but it was not underneath the regular art. This is over in the honey category. You can enter a painting of like a vegetable over in the vegetables and a fruit. So this is in the honey category. And I had a lot of fun painting this because it's something a little bit different and trying to get the textures of everything right. It did not get a ribbon though. So I will show you the other stuff that was not art that I entered. Well, I also have art painted on other things. So this is another painting I did on a watering can that I entered under decorative painting. It got a red ribbon. I had actually painted this for a friend who I also work for. She wanted a sunflower painted on this watering can of hers. So that was a lot of fun and some good practice. I know she will probably be watching this video, so I had a lot of fun doing that. I also did this painting on wood. pretty rough wood, as you can see the texture. It's pretty rough. I had this little cabin. This is under painting on wood. Got a red ribbon. This is something I made. So this is just a block of scrap wood I took, 2x6, and I wood burned it like with a torch, which makes it look stained. It's actually just wood burned. And then this is a flower I made from a pine cone. I don't know if you can see that. So I basically took a lot of these things off the pine cone until I got into the shape of a flower, and then I painted it. And then I took a piece of pine bark, glued it on. These are just pine needles and a small twig that I painted green for the stem. And so that was a really fun project. I actually made a couple of these. I need to make more of them. I made a few of the flowers, but I made a couple of these where I put them on the wood. I'll put a picture of the other one in. I sold it a couple years ago, so I don't have it anymore, but it's got a red ribbon. This is, some of the petals are bending now. It's been around for over a year. This is a water lily. I don't know if you can see. So this was for reduce, reuse, recycle. So I used old newspapers, paper mache, this lily pad, and I just put a light layer of paint over so you could still see the newspaper. So it got blue ribbon under reduce, reuse, recycle. So this is a can that I painted. I don't have it anymore, but I have some pictures of it here. It got blue ribbon as well. And this is a paper flower that I also gave away, but it got blue ribbon as well. So this is just a baby Afghan I made. We had some of this baby colored yarn around, so I just knitted this. It's like called a basket weave. So I entered that in. Blue ribbon. This is a scarf I did. It's got a lace pattern on it. It's called a cat's paw print. I had a lot of fun making that. I really like knitting, but I like to crochet too. My mom taught me how to do both. Just got a white ribbon. This is just lace. It's like a little scarf thing. I got a white ribbon. This is crocheted. I actually don't really care a lot for these colors together. We had this crochet thread. It's like a very thin thread, and it had a pattern on it. So I decided to just do it. Probably just end up selling it or giving it to somebody. This is got a white ribbon. So that is all of my fair stuff that I entered, both the first year and the second year. This year will be my third year of entering the fair. Plan to enter at least 8 things of art, some paintings on wood, painting on a cane. So I will do a video of that after the fair. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this is kind of a little hodgepodge, just trying to rearrange everything to where it made sense. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed.